Welcome to The Explainer. Now, if you're in the medical billing world, you know the daily grind all too well, right? Claim denials, that endless AR follow-up, it feels like a constant battle. But what if the real source of all that frustration isn't what we think it is? Today, we're going to dig into the real root of the problem. You've probably heard this a million times. Heck, you've probably said it yourself. It's this common belief that AR is just this thing that happens to us, this unavoidable fight with the payers that you have to wage after you send the claim. It's just the cost of doing business.
Now, I know, that's a provocative thought, but it forces us to completely shift our focus, to stop looking at the end of the process and start looking right back at the very beginning.
Okay, so let's get into it. To really get our heads around the solution, we first got to understand the world most of us live in every day, the world of downstream problems. This right here, this breaks it down perfectly. Think about where most of the industry puts its energy, its money, its tech. It's almost all on that left side, right? Downstream. We're chasing AR. We're managing denials. We're trying to recover revenue. We are constantly reacting to things that have already gone wrong. I love this analogy. Bailing water from a leaky boat. You have to do it, otherwise you sink. It's absolutely essential. But you're not actually fixing the leak, are you? You're just forever managing the failure. And that right there is the heart of the downstream dilemma.
So let's talk about a more proactive approach that's getting a lot of traction, using AI to clean up the coding process. This gets us a little bit closer to the source of that leak.
So, how do these things actually work? Well, it's not magic. The AI basically reads the clinical notes that already exist. It suggests the CPT and ICD codes, and, this is key, it flags things that look weird or inconsistent. Then it waits for a human to give the final say.
And that's the crucial point here. This isn't about replacing coders. It's a hybrid model. The AI does the heavy lifting, that first pass, and the humans come in to handle the tricky stuff, the complex cases. The whole goal is to catch those interpretation errors before a claim ever goes out the door.
This is a huge leap forward, no doubt. But there's a catch. There's a hidden limitation, because even this powerful tool hasn't quite gotten us to the true source of the problem.
And this brings us to the core issue. Because no matter how smart your AI is, it's totally limited by the quality of the information you feed it. You know the old saying, garbage in, garbage out.
Let me show you what I mean with a super simple, real-world example. Just imagine the same exact patient, same condition, but they're seen by 3 different doctors.
Okay, so you get Dr. A's note. It's brief, it's to the point, the basic info is there, but it's pretty minimal. Now, Dr. B, much more specific. We've got vitals, a specific drug mentioned. This is much better data to work with, right?
And then you get Dr. C. BP okay. Just okay. I mean, what on earth is a coder or an AI supposed to do with that? It's dangerously vague. It's almost completely useless.
And here's the kicker. The patient's situation was identical in all 3 cases. The clinical reality didn't change, but the data we captured about it, wildly different. That variation, that's the garbage that gets fed into the system, forcing everybody downstream, humans and AI alike, to guess and interpret. And that's where the errors come from.
There's actually a name for this. It's called Upstream Entropy. It's the chaos, the messiness, that starts right at the point of care, in the doctor's note. This entropy, this is the real, hidden source of all those downstream headaches you deal with every single day.
So if we actually map out the whole process from start to finish, we can start to see where we have the most power to actually fix the system for good. Check out this hierarchy. Most of us, our tools, our teams, we live down in layer 4, recovery, and layer 3, execution. Those new AI coding tools, they operate up at layer 2, interpretation. But look at layer 1, the true upstream. That's where the data gets created. That is the single most powerful place to make a change. The big takeaway here is actually pretty simple, but it's profound. Stopping bad, inconsistent data from ever getting into the system in the first place is infinitely more powerful than getting really good at fixing the bad claims it creates. And this brings us to a really fundamental shift in how we need to think about our jobs and, frankly, the future of the whole medical billing profession.
This slide just lays it all out. 2 competing philosophies. On the left, you've got optimizing chaos. This is where most of us live. We just accept that the documentation is going to be a mess and we work around the problem. On the right, you have designing consistency. This is about being proactive, about working on the problem by structuring the data at the source. The big question is, which business are you really in?
You know, the craziest part is that the biggest hurdle here isn't the technology. It's people. It's getting providers to change habits they've had for decades. It's getting over liability fears and building trust in a new, more structured way of doing things. That's the real challenge.
And that leaves us with this final thought to chew on. As technology gets better and better at automating all those downstream tasks, the real value is going to shift. Is your expertise going to be in fixing the problems a broken system creates, or will it be in designing a better, more consistent system from the very beginning?